Hello everybody. I'm really tired because I stayed up too late binge watching Supernatural again. What else is new? So I figured I didn't want to do anything with too much effort in it, so today I'm just going to show you around the homestead, which is to say our homestead hobby farm, or as I like to call it, the apocalypse farm. So here we go. Bruno keeping watch. You coming with me, buddy? Let's go see the garden first. Let's go see the garden first, buddy. Come on. Here's our fire pit. Because we're Canadians, we do most of our socializing outside with our friends around this thing, preferably with a giant bonfire and marshmallows. These are our apple trees. We're not expecting to get too many apples this year. They didn't really bloom right. We haven't really been getting that many apples from them. This year they just didn't really bloom. Last year a porcupine ate them all. So here's our vegetable garden. It's pretty sizable. We've got peppers. There's a Bruno. I think these are cucumbers. Carrots. There's a couple of rows of them. Here's our spinach. It looks a little patchier than I thought it was going to be. There's our lettuce. You could probably almost pick some of it soon. Fresh salad all summer. Delicious. There's our beets. Got nice red stems. And I'm pretty sure most of these are tomatoes. They're a little crookeder than they were supposed to be. I think Grandma might have planted these ones. There's I think those are more tomatoes. I'm pretty sure these are potatoes. They kind of ended up in here by accident. As you can kind of tell, it's a bit, well, it's a bit much. We've got more tomatoes. Basically, we've got a crap ton of tomatoes. We've got some beans, green beans and yellow beans, presumably. We had some crossbreeding between our green and yellow beans last year. We ended up with some yellow-green beans. I'm not even kidding. Weeds. This is corn. A couple rows of corn. We did our own corn on the cob last year. It was delicious. I think these are onions in this row here. Yeah, onions. This will all be broccoli. Last summer we ended up with like 5 rows of broccoli because we had to keep transplanting it and thinning it out. We also had a lot of caterpillars on our broccoli. Those white cabbage butterflies that you see all over the place, they really like laying their eggs on broccoli. And the caterpillars hatch out and eat the leaves and do caterpillar things. And they like broccoli, it turns out, because it's a close relative of cabbage. I think this might be cucumbers. It might be zucchinis. I'm not really sure. This is the field. Not really much to see here. It's not technically our field. It's my grandparents' field. The lot severs off somewhere just after the garden. Sometimes we see deer out here, especially in the early spring. They like to eat the fresh grass because, I mean, I'm sure if you were a deer, you'd like to eat fresh grass too after eating nothing but tree bark all winter. Where you going, Bruno? He can't hear me. He's basically deaf. That's my grandparents' house down there. Right there. This is the playground. It used to be back down at the campground when we owned it. But now when my brother brings his kids out here, this is generally where we hang out. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes! Go, Bruno, go! Oh. What, really? That's it? Is that it? You're silly, do you know that? You probably can't even hear me right now, and I'm talking right over your head. Come on, doofus, let's go look at the buildings. This one is the drive shed, and we call it that because you can just drive straight through it. But this is a beautiful old barn. We have that fake hawk up there on the rafters that helps keep the sparrows and swallows and things from nesting inside. Might be a bit hard to tell on camera, but these rafters and the supports and everything, they were all hand carved. There's still bark on this one, tree bark. You can kind of see where the guy who originally built this was chopping the wood. My dad tells me that with these details, the things like it's still, instead of being cut into a square shaped beam, they just left it round, just left it tree shaped. Apparently that means it's about 100 years old because it predates that kind of technology that they would be using to square off those beams. What are you doing? If you roll in something gross, you know it's your fault that I have to bathe you, right? There's the barn. I mentioned that all of our outbuildings are around 100 years old. They don't look like it from the outside because we recently had them re-sided and painted up, and they look great. And it'll help protect the inside from rotting and weathering. Hello, ladies! They probably want treats. They really like eating grass. So here's some introductions. Way over there in the back on the left is Beatrice. This one, I believe, is Eugenie. The one with the white patterns on her back, that's Miss Marbles. The one with the light body and the dark head back there, that's Red Riding Hood. This darker brown lady in the front, that's Brunhilde. And this kind of lighter one with the lighter beak, that's Madame Rouge. Found a wild raspberry. It is a beautiful day today. I'm not sure what that is. Osprey? If anyone caught what that was, let me know what it was.
The osprey.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Cool. So it turns out Mom forgot to collect the eggs this morning, so we're gonna go do that now. 7. Somebody must have laid late yesterday. Because as you can see, we've only got 6 hens. Yeah, I got 7 eggs. But I bet you guys wish you had touch-o-vision because she's so soft. There we go. Oh, good girl. Good girl. They're so soft.